Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to some more Legends of Runeterra, the Path of Champions. Last time we kind of talked about what we need to get done at the moment, and one of those things is we need to beat Thresh with both a Targon and a Freljord champion. So here I've finally gotten Leona up to a decent amount. I got her to level 17, and we two-starred her last time. So we got both of these abilities, and with level 17, we now have like common items. We start with more health, Zenith Blade is better, stuff like that. And we have 2 relics, and pretty much my strategy with Leona so far has been try to essentially survive until you can get Leona out, and then just Daybreak stun everyone. So you can see here that every game start I heal my Nexus for 5, and with the champion level up you also heal your Nexus for 2, so every game start I heal for 7. And also when I summon Leona my Nexus gets tough, which makes me harder to kill. So that's pretty much been my basic strategy. We're gonna see what champion we can get to go alongside, Leona here. And then we'll develop our strategy from there. But yeah, I have beaten Thresh once before, you saw with Darius. So I kind of know what's going on here. I'm going to go with the Frozen Thrall. Because, like I said, my goal is to live until I can summon Leona. Usually I'm summoning Leona like turn 4. And we're probably not winning on turn 4, so that means the Frozen Thrall should be useful. But we'll see. This should be significantly easier, though, than Aurelian Soul that we did last time. So I like to keep Leona almost always. I like to keep... I guess we didn't get him, but I think his name is like Davoon. The guy who makes it so it's always daylight for you with champion level ups, he only costs 4. So I like to keep him with Leona. This is just terrible. I rerolled 3 cards and still couldn't get a single card I could play, huh? That's just not fair. But it's okay. As Leona, because I have so much healing built in, I can afford to take a little bit of damage. This is not good. Could summon you. So as Leona, all of your units have Daybreak. Like you could see here, the Sunhawk has a Daybreak effect where it stuns the strongest enemy unit. But also all your units, including the ones that don't have a Daybreak effect, get Daybreak, give me +1/+1. So the Sunhawk, if you summon it with Daybreak, both gets +1/+1 and this effect down here. And that also counts towards leveling up Leona, those mock Daybreak effects. Now, what do I even want to do here? I guess I just summon you, because I don't really have a play.
The dead do not want us to mourn, but live.
Oof. Alright, well now I can't attack. I mean, I guess I could. It's actually probably the better play to still attack. Do blocks like that. Oh, but it's gonna come back next turn. I didn't really think about that. So the overall mission challenge is every time he doesn't have a haunted tomb, he summons a haunted tomb, which in 2 turns revives the strongest ally that's died this game. We are dying very quickly, by the way. And I don't have any options, because he just keeps attacking me immediately. I have hardly been able to play at all. Summon another one of you.
What else can I fight for but life?
Okay, so the good thing is, next turn we can summon Leona. Okay, this is the guy who makes it always daylight, and with the level up effect he costs 1 less, you can play him a turn before Leona. Ideally we would already have him played. I think we're gonna have to play him next turn though, because I need to play Leona this turn to get me tough on my Nexus.
The dawn has arrived.
And we're not really trying to do damage to him quite yet. Oh my goodness. Although I might attack. Just to try and deal with him a little bit.
For a final piece.
He's just got so many creatures. We need to start dealing with them. Maybe killing the 1/1s was not good though, because we have tough, so they can't do damage to my Nexus anyways. Alright, so the play here is hopefully he doesn't just attack right now. Because I want my Leona to get barrier before I have to block. She only gets barrier if her Daybreak effect goes off while she's evolved. Ah, this guy just attacked immediately. Ooh, he summoned a Vile Maw, huh? What am I doing here? You block that. You block that. You block that. And I really hope you don't kill my Leona. Although I can summon another Leona next turn, so it's not the end of the world. So pretty much with Leona, or at least my goal has been to always just keep my monsters alive as long as possible. Whereas his deck, he's just trying to attack and deal as much damage as he can. He doesn't really care if his units die. My deck wants to keep my units alive as much as possible because I want to use them multiple turns in a row. Wowzers. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Could kill Vile Maw. We got lots of stuff that we can do now, actually. Can we win this turn? I think we can win this turn. So I think that's what we're gonna try to do. We kill Vile Maw. Which also stuns his strongest unit.
The sun's splendor revealed.
So this is how I usually go for lethal. The problem is we need him to play more cards, like that. We want him to fill up his field because I don't want to be wasting my stuns. I want my stuns to actually be hitting something. So, now we want to summon the Sunhawk. Sunhawk plus Leona plus It's Always Day for you equals like full field stuns, and you'll see. So Sunhawk comes out, activates its Daybreak, stuns something, then Leona, because the Daybreak was affected, stuns something. So we get 2 stuns off of that. And now he's not doing anything. So we will go for 2 more stuns by activating the Daybreak effect of the Hawk again. Do I want to do it like that? Hold up. Actually, I want to summon this guy first. This will only trigger a single Daybreak, and therefore only 1 stun.
The sun's splendor revealed.
I don't know if he has another card. Because he still has 4 mana. He could play a card over one of his spiders, which might stop me from lethaling here. But I think we still just go for the full field stun. And if he plays 1 more card, we can actually just summon the other Sunhawk and get another 2 stuns out. Okay, so he's not doing anything. So we'll just go ahead and go for lethal. So this is pretty much my strategy as Leona is survive, preferably not taking that much damage. We want to try and take less than 7 damage every single match. Because we only heal for 7. But, I mean, some of the earlier ones could be more difficult depending. And then we just kind of go in for lethal by stunning the entire field up. I do want to go for Vilemaw here. Vilemaw's the card that he summoned, and you saw he needed to summon like a landmark, and then the landmark needed to count down, and then it summoned Vilemaw, which is why, for some reason, Vilemaw is only a 3-cost card. I guess in case it gets returned back to your hand, you aren't out like 9 mana or something. But that also makes it so if you ever get the choice to add Vilemaw to your deck, because it's not a normal card that can be added to your deck, it's very good because it's a 3-cost 6/6. And also, since we're Leona and we can summon it with Daybreak, it's actually a 7/7. Okay, so who will be our partner for Leona? There's 2 ways that you can think about playing with Leona. You can either go all in on your late game, because Leona's late game is really good, or you can go all in on your early game because all of the units have Daybreak due to Leona's passive. You can actually use a different champion to play a better early game and still be readying your Leona for late game. What is this? Give my supported ally +1 and my keywords. That could be really good. Victor's kind of like, he gives me some early game cards, but he himself is more of a mid game, late game with Leona. Capture the strongest enemy. I don't want that. I mean, we could reroll, but I think I'm going to take this Victor. I'm going to... I don't know, it's not that synergistic, but I'm going to take it. It's not like you need a perfect synergy to win. I'm going to go over here because I'm not positive how much damage we're going to take. I want this node here for a champion upgrade, but if we need to go the health one, it's safer to go up here. And we do obviously have our 1 revive because now Leona's high enough level to have a revive. So if we go down, we do revive with half of our health, which since we gained 7 HP at the start of a game, it's actually more like we have half of our health +7 when we die. Okay, so here you can see we have pretty much all of our starters. We have Vilemaw in here. Since there's nothing to stun with the Hawk, I just am going to summon this guy. And this guy can pretty much fight any low drop cards, so that's why I like to start with him. And next turn we got like 3 options. We can Sunhawk for defense. We can also Shield Bearer for defense. Really. Oof. I just Sunhawk here because that's an ephemeral unit. And stunning an ephemeral unit is essentially a death sentence for it. I'd rather my Sunhawk live here, so we'll just stop his encroaching mist. So now we're probably going Ravun. You can see here, this is more of the strategy. Last time we kind of started with a bad hand to open it up. But the strategy is try not to actually take any damage, just take good trades early game, and then get into Ravun. Oh, that sucks. Ravun into Leona. We obviously just lost our Ravun. I was not expecting that. We could still go Leona here, though. That guy's ephemeral, so stunning him will make it so he can't attack. But if he summons something else, he'll still get to attack with that Shark Chariot.
Sunlight blinds.
But if he does summon something else, we can actually use Morning Light to stun both of them. Because we have, oh, the Hawk plus. It doesn't, for some reason, this doesn't work. Like, the eye always tells you what's going to happen out of your cards being played. For some reason, with this card specifically, it does not work. It doesn't tell you who's going to get stunned. It might be an AI bug because it's supposed to stun the strongest unit, but it also doesn't stun already stunned units, so it might be thinking it's going to stun that twice, but it's not actually going to. I don't know why it doesn't. Like, the game works properly, but the prediction does not work properly. So there, we canceled his attack, so he didn't get to resummon the Shark Chariot, which is nice. We're looking for another Ravun, but it's not happening. What do we want to do? Going Vile Maw is a pretty good play here. That'll stun the Camavoran soldier. Diego's soldiers or whatever. In the enemy deck. Can we win this turn? We currently have 12, 17 damage. And he has one card still. If that card is a monster, I cannot win. I think we just try and go for lethal. So our lethal play is make sure he has no blockers. And I'm an idiot. For some reason, I thought I was stunning it and summoning a unit, but I forgot since we don't have Ravun. Can't actually do that, so I'm just gonna kill the soldier. I'm stupid. I was not thinking clearly about that play. Ooh. Didn't think about that either, actually. A few mistakes in a row, but it'll be okay. We just want to take minimal damage here. I think we need to save Leona. Leona's like the crux of our strategy. So even if these two die, I'm not that concerned. And they're actually both gonna die, which is funny, but we should still win. We'll summon Vilemaw now. So we have lethal on board right now.
Hold the sun's holy light.
There's two options for what to do here. You could just attack immediately and hope he doesn't have a battle card, which is what we're gonna do. And he didn't have a battle card. If he had a monster, the option was that we... or he might have had a monster there, actually. But the other thing we could have done is to play around a battle card is summon a monster or a follower. Ah, I hate that this thing is ephemeral. I actually like this card in this deck. Because if you have Ravun on the field and you play this as the second card, it gets both the Daybreak and the Nightfall effect, which is pretty good. The fact that it's ephemeral kind of stinks. I think we gotta reroll this. None of these cards are any good for us right now. Adding more Morning Light. Problem is these Morning Lights cost 3. The one that Leona generates for a champion evolving is free. So I guess we'll put in Eclipse Dragon. Give us something really strong late game. We didn't take any damage, so we're good to go here. We need to start with Leona in hand, so we'll go ahead and do that. And here we're looking... everything's going to take us to this node. which is, I think, the node that I want. Do I want to fight the Poros? The Mist Wraiths can be annoying, but I think the Mist Wraiths are easier. Okay, we don't want that. Don't want that. We have a starter, we have Ravoon, and we're guaranteed Leona. So I think we're looking good. And we're back to full health. Alright, so easy play here. Shield Bearer, because Shield Bearer can defend itself. And this, it gives itself 4 temporary health. So you want to just use the temporary health because it's going to go away anyways. So Shield Bearer is very good at just defending. It's very good at attacking too because the level up rewards gave it Skirmisher Saber. So if it's your first turn of attacking, it can pull someone in and eat up that damage that they were going to do. We actually get a turn 2 Vilemaw here. He has no mana, so he's going to take 11 damage right now. And then next turn we pretty much just follow our curve here. Ignore Victor for now. Okay, he's got a lot of Mist Wraiths already.
We'll follow you to the edge of daybreak.
Okay, you block that. You block that. You block that. Ravoon's more important to our strategy, so we want him to take less damage. The only bad thing about Ravoon is if he's hurt like this, you can't really attack with him very reliably anymore. But here's a tough situation, because if I summon Leona, it stuns no one. So the right play, I think, is just attack. We're 1 damage off. I have no way to boost my damage, though. And still summon Leona this turn. Ooh. So we got really lucky there. He should have blocked Ravoon. The reason that the AI didn't block Ravoon is because Vilemaw was dealing more damage. But Ravoon is much more important to my strategy. Whereas the Vilemaw was just kind of a big creature. So I should not have attacked with Ravoon there. But I forgot that he had a quick spell that could summon a Mist Wraith. So now we just pretty much need to survive till next turn, which should be pretty easy. And then we'll just try and stun up everything and win. This turn our goal is just going to be stun every single Mist Wraith that comes out. We can actually use this guy to silence one of the Mist Wraiths. And then that'll stun the other one. Essentially neutralizing 2 at the same time. Oh, there's no reason to block with him because we have barrier.
I will protect you.
I don't think he got the +1/+0 out of that. And then
You know what my future
might as well
is?
just fill up our board.
Glorious.
Sunlight blinds.
Raise your weapon,
Summon this guy as well. The Frozen Thrall will come out next turn, and then it should be just an easy victory from there. You can see why it's nice to keep Ravoon on the field and just constantly get daybreaks out of every single card you play. It makes it so Leona essentially just stuns the whole field always. This is awkward because he has 2 Mist Wraiths. Oh, do we kill through 2 Mist Wraiths? We do kill through 2 Mist Wraiths, but if he has a battle card, I think we play it safe and just Sunburst. This deals with 2 Mist Wraiths at the same time. That's fine, we don't care about that. So this kills one, stuns the other.
The sun's splendor revealed.
Okay. I just realized that they get the +1 on summon, not on death, so that didn't matter earlier. Usually if I'm playing this card, I'll play it onto this guy just because he gets extra damage out of it, but you can also play it on a Ravoon to get a free Daybreak card.
Upgrade.
It's important to note that playing it on Leona does not activate her effect twice, because her effect says when you activate another Daybreak, so not her Daybreak. So you never want to play that card on Leona just because you're just losing value. Like, I could get a free card out of Ravoon and still get Leona's effect. But that's also why the Sunhawk is so good, because the Sunhawk gives you double stuns.
Daylight everlasting.
I feel like you used to be able to play that card onto Leona and it would double stun people. They must have changed it though. Shoot. I don't really like any of these. Silence 2 enemy units this round. Nightfall, they can't block. This all sucks. We're gonna take the Death Ray because it has Predict on it. And Leona doesn't have a lot of good uses for her spell mana. I do love taking this card. Let's see what our power is first. Okay, that's decent. The problem is Leona doesn't do a lot of extra Nexus damage. But this card just became way better. Summon 2 Sand Soldiers and grant them. That card's really good for us, actually. But I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm going to get one of those, and that's it. Okay, so we're already at the boss fight, which is Tryndamere. Do I want to cut a card? Kind of. What does this give us? The problem is you can't really play these as Daybreaks after playing that card. Unless you already have Ravoon out, which you're kind of trying to play this early game. So you probably don't already have Ravoon out. I would get rid of, I like to cut her a lot, but the problem is we don't have Overwhelm right now, and she's our only source of getting Overwhelm. Which Leona doesn't have a good way to deal damage to people without stunning the entire board. Okay, so Tryndamere, the first time any unit would die in a round, they instead get full health, tough, overwhelm, and fearsome. But it's only the first unit that would die, so you can, like, attempt to kill a unit that you don't care about killing and then kill the one that you do care about killing. But that can be hard to pull off. Always replace any cards. I sometimes forget to do this, but always replace any cards that have the Farseer on them, because you're guaranteed it. And if you pick it in your opening hand, you are down a card, essentially. Now, there is a chance we reroll and Leona gets back into our hand, which didn't happen, so we're not going to be down a card. Okay, so the only thing we're missing in our strategy right now is Ravoon, so I'm going to go with this guy because he has a Philosopher's Stone and draws us a card. Otherwise, I would have gone for Shield Bearer. There's no reason to attack here, because that guy won't die. And then he'll instead have tough, and I have no other way to kill him after he gets that, so I will do nothing. The goal would maybe be... Oh, he's pulling me in. Deal 2 to everything. Well, there's no reason for me to react to this. I was gonna say the goal is to waste his first Haunted Tomb, but it seems like we're just gonna do that by necessity. Because I can't not, essentially. The Blinded Mystic is gonna be good for removing all these keywords on him. We'll summon Vile Maw for now, and then maybe Blinded Mystic next turn. Okay, so his Haunted Tomb did nothing. I think I Blinded Mystic here. Because he now, again, can't be killed this round, so... I could stun it instead. Not a bad play. This is also not a bad play. There's no way for me to kill him twice this round. I saved the stun for his turn, I think.
Unyielding light.
Go Shield Bearer here.
We'll take what we need to survive.
Ah, this is tough. Okay, so how we want to do this to be optimal is we want to go boom, attack with Vile Maw second.
Burn away doubt.
We hit this guy. It will kill him, use up the a unit can't be killed, so if he chooses to block, this guy is dead. If he doesn't choose to block, he takes 7 damage. So it's kind of a win-win for me. And we also have Raiding Party. So we just got +1/+1 for the top card of our deck. I think we just pass here. Okay, so unfortunately he went with not blocking. So he's in a decent spot still. By Leona here. The other important thing to note about when you're fighting a boss fight is after you win the boss fight, you automatically get full health. So you can kind of sack your HP as much as you need to make sure you win the fight. So I kind of want to go Leona here. He does have double challenger though. Didn't realize that. He challenges Leona, it shouldn't kill her. But if he has... Oh, he doesn't have enough mana to play that card where he deals 2 to everything. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we don't already have Ravun down. Would have made the situation a little easier, but we didn't draw him until just now.
Behold the sun's holy light.
Okay, so we stun that guy. I think we just let everything else through because our Nexus has tough now. That is fine. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. 3 damage. Don't even lose this unit. That's fine.
Another fight.
Can we win this next turn here? We go Ravun.
Warriors of the Raharaka, time is now.
We'll follow you to the edge of daybreak.
And we can stun his whole field here. So let's start stunning.
Glorious light rains down.
We do have enough damage for lethal. We'll see what he has.
We'll take what we
Okay,
want.
he noticed that the situation is getting bad. So he played a card. Now we can Morning Light, get 2 more stuns, and he probably doesn't have another card. Like, he's only got 1 mana to play. Okay, yep, he did have something.
Show them your strength.
But if I Zenith Blade, then I get another stun.
A blade forged with blessed sunlight. Unwavering
Now we just
strength.
full attack. Alright, there's Tryndamere down.
Daylight everlasting.
Hey, I finished all those challenges now. Leveled up Piltover and Zon a little bit more. Okay, so real quick, I need to check on something, so I will be right back. Alrighty, I am back. So, upgrade for our champion. It's important to note, choose an item for your champion and get an extra copy of that champion. So, we are already guaranteed Leona in our opening hand. Fury could be good for Leona in the long haul because she's constantly getting barrier and she has challengers, so she can kill a lot of units, but that generally our strategy is not to be boosting up Leona. So I'm thinking we either give Victor Colossal Hammer, so he's more damaging, or we give him Fury, so he just starts out with a keyword that he can give to other people. And it gives him +1/+1. So I think I'm gonna do the Fury. Alright, let's see what power we could get for us. Overwhelm. I really don't want another Frozen Thrall. Making everyone a dragon is an option as well. But I think everyone having Overwhelm is better for us being able to actually deal damage. It also means that we can cut Eula or whatever her name was. And we don't really need money. We have the most amount of money you'll ever need at a single shopping node, unless you're looking to buy cards. But the most expensive a power can be is 500. And that's a legendary power, which you rarely are going to see, but it does come up sometimes. So, and we'll get at least 100 gold from this. So I'm not worried about looking for money. And at a certain point, once your account, like your overall account level gets high enough, you start with 200 extra gold. And I feel like at that point, you'll never need to go for a money node again. Because I rarely spend all my money anyways in these runs. But starting with 200 extra gold... why do we have an extra mana?
Many tribes.
All players start with a mana gem. And all of his units have regeneration. Okay, well. He obviously doesn't want to attack into this. This guy's nice and strong now. He got the Daybreak effect. He has his impact. He has his attack effect. Like, this card is OP. But generally, you can only make that card out of some of Rumble's cards. So you don't just have a 2-cost 3/3 with impact, give your top 3 allies +1/+1. You don't just have that in your deck off the rip. So we can already summon Leona, huh? This is really awkward. Do I just summon Leona then? I guess so.
Daylight breaks on the battlefield.
I feel like just summoning Leona as quickly as possible here is going to be beneficial. Because we don't have to attack with Leona. But we can. Okay, now we cannot attack with Leona. This is going to look kind of silly, but I'm going to kill that guy with the Death Ray.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Wait, oh. I forgot. The eye disappears if anything that's random is happening. And for some reason, predict is random. Even though, um, like, yes, it is random, but it doesn't affect the board state at all. I did just realize... Oh, no, no, no. I was thinking I could attack with Leona as well, but this guy doesn't have Challenger. Okay, so we need Ravoon here. And this will also give the Ravoon +1/+1. Maybe. Well, the raiding party did. I don't know if the attack did. Because I don't know if he counted... He should have counted as in the top 3 cards. I guess we'll see when we draw him. No, he only got 1, so he must not have counted that. This is scary. What's our play here? All of his units are very weak, so we summon Ravoon. Oh, Leona doesn't stun right here. We have to just allow this through. It sucks. I forgot that since Leona's not leveled up, she doesn't activate her Daybreak on someone else's Daybreak effect. Probably should have summoned Shield Bearer there first. To eat this attack, but I don't think it'll matter that much. Let's go ahead, draw a card.
Raise your weapon, Sunwood.
That levels up Leona.
Shine like the sun, you must burn like it.
And no reason to summon the Shield Bearer here because that guy already attacked. So we will just end round. Our goal is probably going to be to kill the Wild Claw with the Sunburst. Do we have another Sunburst? We don't. We have lots of stuns. We probably want to get Victor out this turn. So the reason that killed, if you weren't aware, how 6 damage just killed a 9 health unit, Wild Claw is actually a 7/6, and that card that we played, if you played it as Daybreak, it silences and then does 6 damage. So it got rid of his buff and then did the damage to him. Yeah, I think we summon... Gotta play created cards. This is a created card. Summon Victor here.
The power of the immortal sun.
Progress will make men into gods.
Then we'll use the Hex Core.
Yes,
And remember, Victor can give all of his keywords to someone else. And we actually just got Lifesteal, which is crazy. Lifesteal is so OP in Path of Champions, but it's so difficult to get. Getting it randomly out of something like this is really good. Plus, that's also why the powers that give you random keywords are very good. What do I want to do here? Can we win this turn? It's close. He still has 6 mana, though. So I got 12, 15. And he has 5, but he gives someone +1/+1. So that's 21. If I summon that, that's 25. And if I play that on this guy, I get 5 extra, 6 extra. That gets me to 31 damage this turn. That is not enough. So I think I just don't do anything with him. I'm not going to overplay myself here. This guy's gonna die. Do I let him die? I kind of feel like I let him die. And no, I don't let him die.
Analyzing approach.
Because Victor's gonna give lifesteal to someone. How long do you give them lifesteal? Just this round. He's also gonna give him +1/+1. He's gonna give him Fury. So if someone tries to block that guy, he'll get +1/+1. Should be good. And then Leona's gonna kill this guy.
Another brilliant design.
Deal 1 to everything. That hurts my feelings. Well, there goes that play. We still get all that health back, though. And we forced out a pretty decent card from him for that.
What is in our lives?
Then next time we have the attack token, we could probably go in for lethal. It's frostbiting and vulnerabling, dealing 1 to everything. So Victor is going to be killable here, huh? How does augment work? +1/+0. I need to do this because it's the only thing that saves Victor. Because it stuns the Elnuk.
Behold the sun's holy light.
Many tribes under one banner.
Okay.
Outland King.
Now Victor is under fire again, but this will save him again.
Surround them.
Okay, he's still going for Victor. But I could deal 2 to you. Because you dealt 1 to yourself, you fool.
Genius in action. Focused improvement.
He wasn't going to be able to kill Victor anyways, but there was no reason to let Victor take that damage. Next we'll use the Hex Core upgrade. And then this turn is over. We get the Frozen Thrall now. Should just be an easy game win. Because I want to go slowly here and see what he has to do, I'm gonna Hex Core to pass over priority to him.
Electroplating completed.
It costs me 0 mana to pass priority over to him and force him to make his play. So now we know that he doesn't have anything. And that means we can stun up the field. Although I can't get that many stuns out this turn. I can only do a little bit of stunning. Might as well start with that. I'm pretty sure we have easy lethal. I'm just trying to make sure we don't miss lethal.
Yes, of course. We must improve. We must evolve.
And actually, Victor evolving there gave us another morning light. So we actually get 3 stuns here, which is pretty crazy, huh? The fact that every time a champion evolves, you get that free card. That card can enable, like, huge comeback victories and stuff. We could play more cards, but there's no reason. Might as well just go in. And if we didn't already have full health, we would want to make sure that we got full health off of lifesteal. It is important to note, because I've experimented with it a little bit. If you're attacking for lethal, as long as the lifesteal unit is in the attack chain, even if the enemy is already dead, you still get the health back after the match. Which is interesting because it didn't used to work like that. But now how it works is if you would get lifesteal after the match is already over, you get to keep the health to persist into the next match. But if you would take damage, like say someone has one of those powder monkeys, and I like challenger him to the back of the line, the opponent's already dead, then I kill the powder monkey, so it does 1 damage to me. That damage does not count. So any damage you take after the game is over is nullified, but any health you regain after the match is over still counts for you. So that can be nice. I now have the ability, this is fairly new, where I have the ability to pull champions from card selections now. It means I can add more options into my deck. Riven with an ephemeral copy is interesting, because that gives us 2 parts of the... It reforges twice, gives us 2 parts of the Blade of Exile, but we don't have any card to create the 3rd part. So we can't actually ever evolve Riven right now. So I think I'm just going to take a more powerful Vile Maw. Ooh. I think we just go earlier Victor. Earlier Leona doesn't help us that much because we need Ravoon kind of first. But being able to play Victor on 3 before we play Ravoon might be good, because then Victor's already stacking up his hex cores and stuff. Chrono Break's pretty good. I hate that Chrono Break is a card though. It adds 3 of that card to your deck. This card's also really good in this deck. I don't know why it's not just already in your deck at the start. It seems like this should be your 3-drop instead of like Blinded Mystic or Eula. This card's pretty crazy, and Ravoon can actually create this card for you with his Daybreak effect. So I do think I want one of them, just because now any of them that Ravoon creates will also have, what's this necklace called? Dragon Tooth. We're going here, over at the Yetis. If I remember correctly, the Yetis are also annoying, but we'll get through. We're almost at the end here, and it's looking pretty good so far. We do this as our starter card. It'll also let us draw a card. That's not really what I want to see. I should have maybe kept the second one of these to let us draw 2 cards at the start of the match. Because now we have the problem of... Okay, we got Victor. That's something.
See the Nebastian border from here.
Do I summon the Armed Gearhead? I think I should. Even though he doesn't get the Daybreak effect. Every time Victor plays his Hex Core, this guy's gonna get stronger. And I can attack with him right now, because this guy only has 1 health.
Ready the torches. Alert the village.
And that gives me 2 raiding party stacks instead of just 1. So now I can play Victor. Start stacking up Victor. We still don't see Ravoon, which is unfortunate.
Hey, it's the boss man.
Remind me to upgrade your thought processors.
Upgrade. Nice.
Energy core upgraded.
Okay, so he's gonna summon another one of these. So now he's got 2 of them. What do I do here? Do I summon Vile Maw? Let's just play the Hex Core first.
Now I pack a punch.
Nice and simple. Pass priority over to him. We'll see what he wants to do. That's Interesting. Oh, no, I shouldn't have. I forgot I lose Daybreak. By playing the Hex Core first, I lose Daybreak on my Vile Maw. Could have been a 10-10, but that's how it goes. Okay, he's gonna summon an Enraged Yeti. So Victor is going to give Elusive to whoever he attacks with. No reason to give it to Vile Maw. Should give it to one of these two. They both do the same amount of damage, so I guess it doesn't particularly matter. They're gonna have to block the Vile Maw here. They're not blocking the Vile Maw. That seems questionable. Okay, so now we summon Leona, stun up one of these big Yetis.
Carry her light across the mountain.
Since we missed out on Daybreak last turn, Leona doesn't evolve right now, which is a little bit of a shame.
Safeguard our homes.
Okay, what's going on here? How do we deal with this turn? You go there. Vile Maw will block him. We don't need the Armored Gearhead.
I will protect you.
Leona will... Actually, I don't need to block either of these. Taking 2 damage does not concern me. I keep forgetting we take so much less damage because our Nexus is tough that sometimes you just don't have to block if you don't want to.
Yes, of course. Analyzing approach.
If we could get this Armored Gearhead strong enough that no one can block him safely, that would be good. Now we pass. That's not what we wanted. Okay, we play this just to make sure Leona evolves.
Unyielding light.
We could have a stun out of Leona right now, but we don't because I played the Vile Maw out of order, which is a little bit of a shame. Okay. Give me the Hex Core upgrade.
Brilliant. Electroplating completed.
And then this is another created card for Victor. Who am I proccing here? I don't think, because even though Leona gives everyone Daybreak, give me +1/+1, if I play Morning Light on like Vile Maw, it will not give it that Daybreak effect again. It'll give it the +1/+1 for this round, but it will not give it that Daybreak effect. And I think in turn it will not activate Leona's stun either. I'm not positive on that, but I feel like I tried that and that was the outcome that I got. So we do that.
Yes, of course.
Sunlight burns in our weapons.
Should be lethal this turn. Because we all have Overwhelm. Otherwise, we would not have enough stuns to win this turn. Do I even need to play the Zenith Blade? No, I don't. So, Victor. Make sure Vile Maw can't die. Like this. This guy pulls this Yeti. Leona pulls that Yeti. And then they can block this guy, but it won't help them. Should be the game.
Ah, yes. Perfection.
Okay, what do we want here? Interesting, I didn't know that Phage could be on both a champion and an equipment. Still getting used to equipment because that's something that they added in after I stopped playing. This could be good just in case we need like a panic heal, but I don't think it's that relevant. We don't really need the 2-cost spell thing. This, I think that's going to be more valuable. I do like the ability to silence people. Ooh. Well, we already have Overwhelm, so that doesn't help. This doesn't accomplish anything because a second Sunhawk wouldn't get the Daybreak effect, so this is the only thing that actually does anything for us. Could cut Eula. Because we don't need the healing anyways, because we'll heal to full when the game starts. Alright, final boss time. Pretty good starting hand. We got Ravoon. We got Victor. We don't have anything to do turn 2 yet. Or no, we already have a turn 2. We don't have a turn 1. And we'll get Leona guaranteed here. I don't really want to have a weak turn 1, but the game's forcing us into a weak turn 1. So, that's what it is. These aren't fleeting, right? I honestly don't know what I want. There's no reason to play this right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Because that just becomes spell mana. This is a burst card. Oh, no, there is a kind of a reason. Because it has hand sensor on it. Yeah, just give me that. This is unfortunate, but the unluck of the draw there. Okay, so he has the thing where at the round start he kills his most expensive unit to summon a unit that costs 2 more. So this Victor is powered up. Let's summon you. And this Victor should beat just about every unit he has. Lifesteal.
Always forward.
Oh, he's not even gonna bother blocking? Alright. Ooh, Thresh already. Jeez. But Thresh can't actually kill anything here, can he? I think the box costs 5, right? Pulling Victor. I can Hex Core.
Genius. Electroplating completed.
Okay, so he got very little done there. We just summon Leona now. Leona doesn't evolve or level up because we didn't have anything to do turn 1. Ooh, wow, we got lucky that you have tough. Otherwise we would have lost our first Victor. Okay, never mind, we'd lose our first Victor anyways. Can I play this card without having a Victor? No, I cannot. Dang. Hoping I could play it for free right now and then get another. That's annoying. Is there anything I can do here? Nothing particularly good. Could attack with Leona on this guy. I don't take any damage. Thresh is still pretty far away from leveling up. Well, what am I going to do next turn, first of all? We'll have 6 mana. I'll play the Blinded Mystic right away, I think. To give Leona +1, stun Thresh, silence the Soul Shepherd. Then I can play Victor after that.
Faces to the sun!
I think we do this. This gives us 2 stacks on Raiding Party. Okay, so he got rid of his Soul Shepherd, which is kind of weird. Ooh, Chrono Break. Alright, that's annoying. Play you. You +1. It doesn't really matter to silence you. I guess I'll silence one of these two.
Through the darkness, I see something new. Hope.
Get rid of his revive effect, I think? I actually don't know. Does that work on Last Breath? It crossed out the Last Breath, so that makes me think that it does work on Last Breaths. But it's weird because, like, in a game like Yu-Gi-Oh!, that would not work, right? Because, in Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you affect a card on the field, it doesn't necessarily mean that its graveyard effect is still affected. It just depends on what card you're actually using on it, I guess. Okay, let's go Victor here. Oh, I just realized he could have attacked and killed Leona right there.
Progress will make men into gods.
I forgot, because Leona wasn't leveled up again, that she wasn't gonna stun someone. So next turn we should be able to win with this Chrono Break. We're just gonna go for like a full field stun. I'll be careful, Thresh is getting close. That doesn't count as playing you, so you don't get that effect. So, we need to save 3 mana. So let's start with a Vilemon. Stun up the Thresh. Oh, sorry, stun up that guy. I forgot that you came onto the field. Then we'll Hex Core.
Genius in action.
Victor is not going to evolve. Does this count as a created card? It does not. Morning Light on Ravoon.
Sunlight burns in our weapons.
And then we'll use this just to get another stun.
Another brilliant design.
The sun's splendor revealed.
And that leaves him with just the Undying. So this should be an easy lethal here. I don't think he has anything to stop the lethal, but even if he does, we just Chrono Break and attack again. Yeah, he had nothing.
A vision of progress brought to life.
Alright, well that was a good run. Let's go ahead, check our spoils, because we should get 2 golden chests, which will give us a lot of fragments. And Leona's probably what we're going to have to use to beat Aurelian Sol at some point, but I don't think she can do it at 2 stars. I think we're going to need Leona at 3 stars. Okay, so here's our reward. She did get to level 18. Let's see what's in this Cosmic Vault. Just 20 Teemo fragments? Not really what I was looking for. We did get our 4 wild fragments. So we can get Teemo to 1 star right now, so might as well do that, I guess. But we don't need Teemo for anything because his regions don't actually help us at the moment. Well, maybe they do with Aurelian Sol. I actually don't know if we need a Bandle City character. When allies attack, plant 5 puff caps. That's pretty good. And then what else does Teemo get? When your opponent draws a card with 1 or more puff cap on it, create a fleeting poison dart and hit. It is burst speed. Interesting. So, I mean, at some point we might try and use Teemo. Right now, we're not really looking to use Teemo. We should have another gold chest. Yep. So, what's in here? Cane fragments, and it was a duplicate item. So, give us 1 wild fragment. I assume I don't have enough cane fragments yet, huh? Where's cane at? Down here. Yeah, that was the first cane fragments I've gotten. Well, we still got lots of stuff that we gotta unlock. We still don't even have a Freljord champion yet. It's tough, because I guess we just gotta start saving up lots of wild fragments. Let's look at Aurelian Sol real quick, because here, Thresh, we just gotta beat it with Freljord champion. So I guess next time, we're probably gonna be doing an Aurelian Sol run. I think with Misfortune. Yeah, it doesn't even need a Bandle City. I don't have a 3-star Demacia unit yet. I don't have a 3-star Runeterra unit either. But we'll also have the weekly missions and stuff to do. And we can now... The 2%, I think the 2% chance to find legendary powers is good. Eula having a Phage is also pretty good, though. Anyways, yeah, I think next one's going to be Misfortune versus Aurelian Sol. This was Leona against Thresh. And I feel like it went pretty well. Leona runs are kind of slow. It's a real grind to get through a Leona run because your strategy is pretty much get to turn 4, 5, stun up everyone, and then try and go for lethal. Whereas our Jinx run was a lot more of just pop them like turn 2 or turn 3 suddenly. But anyways, that was a good run. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one.